right? So with lead pages, that's going to be your face, right? And I'm going to be doing some I'll be doing some trainings on lead pages, more like modules, so that you can see like how to create capture pages, the thought process behind how to do it. I mean, there's training in there, but some of it they don't really go into detail with some of that stuff, and that's important because that's the first thing that your lead's going to see whenever you're marketing. So you wanna make sure that that's presentable, it's congruent, and the ad copy is like the number one thing when you're marketing, you know, because you got to be able to frame the information in a way for your lead to get it. So like something like, you know, when like for instance, some of the test runs that I'm doing is from Craigslist traffic. Right? I know that people that are in customer service will fit great with what we do as travel agents, right? So as you see the page that I use, it's certified travel agent. You know, this is the potential income that you can make in your first month. You take action, you go through the training, boom, boom, boom. You know, I break the whole thing down. This is what you need in order to hit that. And boom, the leads will come in, and then with the follow-up messages now, it's going to be congruent with that message. Like your application has been received. You know, here's a video on exactly what it is that you're going to be doing, and it's the presentation for vacation. You know, the new updated presentation we're sending them. You know, and then day two, you know, it's mainly the first 4 to 7 days. It's mainly getting them to get into to see the information. They need to see what it is. You know what I mean? If they're interested in seriously making money and they want to get in right now, they can see it. After that, it goes into, I like to build relationships for 30 days. If they haven't made a decision, really after 14 days of being on your list, they're kind of like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? It's either you're gonna get with me on social media, and maybe you have a money issue, or you need a more direct time to talk to me. You know, get with me on social media, and then if that's still not enough, then I still click and I get them off my list. And that's pretty much it. So it's never like you never get really emotional with your leads, because the only time you really ever talk to somebody is pretty much after they're either right about to join or they're already on your team for the most part. You know, 9 times out of 10, people that come from your list, they just want to know that you're a real person, and then they're going to make a buying decision. Like they're ready to join, but they just want to know that you're real, and they're not going to join somebody blindly and have no help. That's like the main thing. So that's like the big thing with plugging them into the community. So that way, once they're in the community, then they can see it's not just you and them. It's like you and a community of people that are moving and growing.
Okay.
So and that's really the sales group right there in a nutshell. The only thing is the daily action plan, which is every single day you have to know, hey, if you want to get 2 sales a day, you need to know how many exposures you need a day. So for instance, I like to shoot for at least 200 leads a day, right? Between 100 and 200 leads a day. That means people that are on my email list, and at least 10 to 20% of them has seen the presentation. And then from that, you know, on that one day, I might get 1 sale, or might get somebody in my inbox. And then one email that I like to broadcast every day is, hey, add me on social media, or add me on Facebook. And I just say, hey, real quick, just add me on Facebook if you got any questions. And you'll be surprised. You'll see your friends' notification just starting to go crazy, and you'll wonder like where these people come from. And these people that are on your list, and they'll stick around and follow you. You know, some people will stay on your list for years and not join anything. They might just be watching to see what you're doing. And I mean, you know, don't ever be in the follow-up series. And I'm going to shoot these in the modules just so it's more what am I saying, like classroom style kind of, because it's, you know, it's for more than one person's going to see it. So. You'll see where in your broadcast you want to send like, hey, add me on Facebook, that message. How often you want to use those. When you're booking travel, you want to always share that kind of stuff, because people need to know that the product is working above just the system, because they more want to see that. You know what I mean? And then with having lead pages on the front, and then Aweber, you're already a step ahead of the rest, because everybody's using one generic system, because they don't understand the difference between just using, like, it's kind of like everybody uses a car, but then you got the Rolls Royces and then you got the Hondas. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody's using the Hondas with the generic system, but now you have your Ferrari or your Rolls Royce, and what determines the worth of that funnel is how much exposure you can get going through that funnel every day. That's pretty much it. So I like to start with Craigslist for traffic, because it's low costing. You get real people, actual people that you can actually either get a phone number from to call them if you want to call them, or you can get an email so you can reach out and really touch them and really, you know, let them hear your voice. And then and believe it or not, that's always very effective, because when you call people up, they really don't expect it, and they're like, oh crap, like this okay, this really worked. Like this is a real human being here. And what really helps a lot with that is when you get like an accountability partner, and you have like a partner, they call your leads for you, and they frame it in the sense of them being your assistant, and like, hey, yeah, I'm her assistant. Da 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 da. She's got time on Tuesday at 4 or 6 p.m. that she can talk to you for 15 minutes, but you already have to be registered. Once you're registered and your application's been submitted, then we're gonna sit down and do a game plan and strategy. And you literally just it's literally once you know your numbers, and it all has to do with once you start getting mass traffic through there. It's really to get 2 sales a day. I mean, it's just the amount of exposures you need, and it's gonna vary. Some days it'll be you might get 10 exposures and get a sale. Some days you might need 100 exposures to get a sale. Because that's just the buying cycle with some people, and then you also got to look at the time of the month. For most people, some people they might be on what do you call it, unemployment, so you might be able to get a sale on a Friday or on a Monday versus somebody that has a regular 9 to 5 job. It's every 2 weeks, the 1st and the 15th. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of stuff to think about as you're mailing, because a lot of people think you just mail, and it's like, yeah, you just do that, but it's a real person opening the email up. Just because you don't know the person, it's just the email address. It's a real human being, you know what I mean? And just like when you get up in the morning and you go check your email, the people that you're mailing to, it's the same process. So you got to think like, okay, when do I usually check my email? You know what I mean? And that's usually when you want to schedule your emails to go out. Because you want to put people on your schedule and not just on their schedule. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna find the U's that are gonna get you to national and to international and to diamond that way. Because it's just a rinse repeat. And the cycle, it's just a 3-step cycle. And that's it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You got any questions?
So how do you do like the leads? You say you do like 200 a day, meaning you just posting something up, you setting
Yeah,
something
and
out?
that I'm gonna do in the actual modules. Later on tonight, I'm actually working on them right now. I was working on them earlier. I just took a break to finish up your ads because so something going on with it earlier. So that's basically I'm gonna teach how to do that. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you like classroom style how to do that, so that way you can see and most of it with the ads, it's not so much one like one template. It's mainly you need to frame the ad to who you want to your prospect. So if you're in sales, you want to have an ad. I mean, I'll give you a few ads so you can have an idea. And mainly, honestly, if you want to really get some great ideas for ads, what I do is I just dig through the ads on Craigslist that are there and just make them fit for what we're doing pretty much. And from that, your lead flow for that day will determine how good your ad copy is. Pretty much, you know what I mean? So if you put out, let's say, 4 ads a day off, let's say 6 off 3 accounts, because you can do 6 ads a day every 48 hours. So I'm not good at math, but you can get quite a bit. You can get like 20 something ads out in a week, right?
Okay.
Working for you, and then all you're doing every day at that point is just going in and renewing 2 to 6 ads a day, and then you just track to see, well, on this day I had X amount of leads from these 4 ads, and you'll know like, okay, this ad copy is working great in this state or in this city for blah blah blah. And I'm going to be doing more in-depth training on it over the next few days to update the training that I had in the back end office, because there was some updates to Craigslist recently that I just found out of, so I'm going through some stuff to get to teach the update. And that's like I love Craigslist for that because it's real people. You know what I mean? With the solo ad stuff, it's great if you want to get like a lot of leads really fast for results, and that's cool. Yeah, you look like a guru. You make 500-600 leads a day. Yeah, I can get leads, but are you getting sales? That's the one thing that you gotta think, because just because it's solo ads, you get leads. There's a lot of scammers out there that they will send just bot traffic through there that are just it ain't real people. So you'll see you have like 1,000 leads and like 4 people open your email, and you're like, well, what's this? This is garbage. And then you get all pissed off and you spend like $1,000 on this traffic and it doesn't work. But versus with Craigslist, I mean, you can spend virtually nothing on traffic and build a diamond downline off that. You know what I mean? It's just it's more of, hey, it's 30 to 60 minutes a day getting your ads done, and then scheduling your follow-up messages. Maybe on your lunch break or something, say, hey, I'll make 10 phone calls. I'll go in my Aweber and I'll look through and get 10 people's numbers. And I'll make 10 phone calls. And you just you know, you custom, like, I just go off the top of my head with a script. I really don't have a script written down because every conversation is usually never the same. But what I do stick to is the form acronym, and that just kind of happens naturally with me now over time, and that's just family, F for family. So I get the conversation into talking about family. Hey, you know, are you married? Do you have kids? Or I talk about my family, what have you, and then I let them know, hey, it's something that what we're doing is family oriented. You know, some kids that are 80-year-olds, they want to travel and that kind of stuff. You know, and believe it or not, when you ask them that question, 9 times out of 10, that's usually what they say. Either they want to make more money and they want to travel. That's usually the two things that people really want. And I mean that leads the conversation into, well, if you could travel more, or what are you doing for a living right now that's preventing you from traveling? That's going into the occupation, right? And because you're already talking about recreation and station, and it makes it easier for you to flow right into, hey, well, you know, I can send you some information for you to check out, you know, in a few minutes. I need you to take a look at this. It's just a short 17-minute video. It's going to break down everything that I do, how we do, how you get paid. And before I send you this information, you know, like, what would be what would be a good monthly income goal for you to be able to, let's just hypothetically say, walk away from your job in the next 30 days, if that was something that you wanted to do. What would that number be? You know, and when they tell you what that number is, you know, within the comp plan what's possible and how to get it done. You know what I mean? And then you just let them know, hey, it's going to be XYZ amount of work, but you're not going to be working like this forever. It's just going to be for a limited time because this is what's required to get you this result in this time frame. You see? Mm-hmm. And that's going to be magic right there. And then after about the third module, I'm going to go into training, like working with your leads through video. You know what I mean? So they're just on. What's that?
I was just saying, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, because after a while, because like right now I got like over 100 people on my team. I can't do this with 100 people all day. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's like I'm here. Imagine if 300 people or 100 people are lining up right now. After I'm finished with this with you, the next person. No. I can't do that all day. It's they got to get into classroom mode so they know, hey, when you schedule training, or if you just shoot videos with trainings and send it to them, you know, go to the training. And then the thing is, i.e., you want to be able to develop your own Facebook group, so you're training your team, and you're going to see who your strong nationals are that you want to work with. That you're going to get them to be pretty much a replacement. You know what I mean? And then once you hit diamond and you hit Prezi, you're pretty much just coming in and just blessing them, and it's just moving your hands and they're making diamonds. You know what I mean? Seriously, it comes to that point because the deeper down they get in the organization, like once you hit like level 4 and level 6, it's almost like you're looked at as like a god to them. Mm-hmm. They get all nervous to talk to you, and they're like, "Hey, I don't mean to bother you, but," I'm like, "Man, you're not bothering me. You know, I'm not. I'm a real person, man. Don't do that." People just, it's weird, but that's just how it is. Let me see something. Let me log in. Quick. Log into your account real quick and show you the stuff that. And then we should be done with this segment. So you're gonna be ahead of the game. Oh, cool! It's already here. Nice. Let me just share my screen and then get through this last little training with you. Let me know when you can see my screen.
I do.
All right, cool. All right, so as you know, this is your lead capture page, you know, and this is just one of many that you can build. And this is a squeeze page, lead capture page, and it's very easy to put together. Back here in lead pages, you have all these different varieties of pages that you can put together for any different funnel, any different marketing strategy that you want to use, that you want to do. And I mean, it varies based on what you're targeting, you know, from, and what I love about what they did with it, they categorized it also. If you want to go, I want to get opt-in pages, and an opt-in page is virtually this. It's an opt-in page because people have to opt in to get the information. So, and it's on their decision. So on the opt-in pages, you can use anything from video opt-in pages to just regular text and images. Excuse me a second. Excuse me. Sorry, thank you. And what's cool about it, each of them, they have their own little tutorial, so you can actually get an in-depth tutorial of how what page would be used best for what idea that, or marketing that you want to do. So don't be afraid to go in there and watch the tutorials. I do it like all the time for the pages, so I can learn how to. Because every time I watch them, you learn something new. Okay, and these guys are very great with keeping the pages up to date. You know what I mean? As you can see. With Facebook, I'll give you this tip. With Facebook, this video background page works really well. This survey speeds page works very well on Facebook and Craigslist. And there's another one that's very simple. This one right here works good on Facebook. You can change the background on that one to want. This one over here too. The more basic the pages are for Facebook, especially, the higher your conversions would be.
Okay.
So what happened? Hold on a second. So yeah, the more basic they are, the more effective they are for Facebook. Because and some of them actually, there's one actually that is actually built for Facebook where you can, and that's something I'm gonna teach you more in depth. This one with your Facebook strategy and stuff. When I get to like the fan page training, because you can actually build your lead pages right into your fan page, and people can opt in. I'll show you real quick on mine. Right here on the fan page, like this tab right here when I hit winner circle, it takes a lead. This is actually from lead pages, and I use a video opt-in page right here where I send it through a funnel and stick in there. Come on. Oh man, come on, let's do this right now. Anyway, it takes them through the funnel, and Facebook likes this with Facebook ads because you're keeping your leads within Facebook. So you're like with this funnel, your conversion rates will be a lot higher, and your ads will get approved faster. And now my browser's frozen. Oh man. All right, here we go. Yeah, so you'll get it coming here like look at this. Check it out. This is not this is what free allows you to be able to do. I'm letting turn the camera. So see from here, they can just take a good look. Opt in right there.
Wow.
See that? And they're still hearing it in the background. I'm like a millionaire! And they're still in Facebook. You see, so that's really cool. That's a cool feature that Lead Pages has. Yeah, that makes it super easy for you to do this. And this is really simple to do. You just come in here, you can literally just click and add whatever text you want right in there, and it's done automatically on the page. Right, so it's very easily customizable. If you want to hide some information, you just boom, just like that. You just hide it, and it's just straight up cut. It's so easy to use it. And boom, that's your opt-in page. And you just grab your video. To grab the video, for instance, let's use. Let me get another video. Let's see. Let's use the notification. You just grab the embed code. When you go to share, you just click share, embed, copy that, and take it right back into Lead Pages. And you literally just click on the video screen and you just drop it in. Done. That's it. But what I do, I take it a step further, and I'll give you this little cheat sheet code. There's a YouTube code, HTML code. You can just drop into the embed code right here, and just once you drop it in, it'll automatically play the video. So like in this case, let's go. Alright, and then save. Publish. Ah. Uh, I did that. I mean, with this, and the most more of the advanced stuff, what I'll teach is how to actually customize this form through Aweber so that it syncs through the integration.
Okay.
So when you come here, you don't have to worry about manually having to do it right there. It's already done. Yeah, so now once this pops up, check this out. Publish it. Come on, man. Boom.
The anticipation, the excitement.
And that's right. That can be right inside your Facebook account.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool, isn't it? You got any questions so far?
Nope, I'm just listening and watching. I can definitely say it's the first time, so as long as I have information I need, I'll do what I need to do.
That's basically it right there. That's all you need. All you need to do is once I get done with the new videos for Craigslist, all you have to do is just do the ads and just drive traffic every day. And that's it. And for the first few pages that I'm creating for you, I'm already begun sending traffic to them. So I'm gonna test them on your account, make sure they're good to go, at least a 40% or above conversion rate. And
Mm-hmm.
as soon as I'm gonna build out at least 14 days of the follow-up messages. Right now I'm just working on the conversion rates on my account to test them, to tweak them so that I can move them over to your account, put them in the follow-up code.
Okay.
It just takes a little bit to get the results. It takes like a day from Aweber. Oh yeah.
So were you able to use the video I sent you, or?
Yeah, we can drop that in. I can just drop that in on in the one of the follow-up messages. I'm gonna put that in around like day 6 or 7, so that way the prospects they start to get to know you. You know what I mean? And then once you send them that, hey, add me on Facebook, they're like, oh, they're seeing your face more, they know who you are, they hear your voice, and now they're more coming to you. It's like, oh, it's not just vacation or just some random stranger there. Here. It's congruent. It's all about congruency. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's all about congruency.
Hold on one second.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like to these accounts and different things you went to, will I have like a username and password so I can have access to them, or?
Yeah, you have it already.
Okay, so all that was in lead pages account.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
and
that's all inside of it.
okay, and Aweber is already linked to lead pages.
Yes, that's all synced up. So, well, in the modules, I'll show you how to create the sign up forms in the actual long form format, and that way you can do it inside of Aweber, because there's a couple of little things that you got to make sure that you don't miss. That way, the integration's it's good, and when you test it, to make sure that you're getting the leads, especially from your Facebook ads. Because Facebook's a little, when it comes to just doing straight lead capture on Facebook, it's a little more tricky.
Okay.
You know, and that's with Facebook. It's more you want to get the lead first, then just thank them for signing up, send them to a thank you page, and then market to them through email.
Okay, so I need to go and set that up, like in that order. lead page.
That
Thank you.
codes. I'm going to show you how to do that. I was just telling you the
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's a little down the road. I don't, because the thing is, I can give you all the information right now, and it's just gonna be, you're gonna be like, whoa, it's way too much. Yeah. So that's why I'm just giving you this up front so you understand like the process of what's going on. For me, it just took so long because I got sick, and then with that cruise thing, so just forgive me for the delay on that, man. I was just like.